Is this, do y'all have witnesses on this one? Yeah, no.
I do not, Judge, other than the probation officer, the officer that was involved with counts 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Was willing to come down and was properly subpoenaed, but his supervisor won't let him make a 6-hour trip to come in. Well, he received an email. Not a subpoena. Not a subpoena, an email. There. You gonna leave that there?
Well, subpoena him.
I'm not gonna do that to a law enforcement officer, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have to put together in those people. So.
They are gonna cooperate with us and in fairness, Judge, the officer was willing to come, his supervisor would not allow him.
I'm shocked. I mean, I'm truly shocked. So, this defendant who is on probation for assault on a public servant, which is what? Let's see. Hold on. Let's get a second-degree felony. Is alleged to have attempted to take a weapon from an officer, committed the offense of resisting arrest of search from an officer. 2 serious offenses. And law enforcement in this state is refusing to cooperate with these allegations here in Jefferson County on a fellow law enforcement officer that was put in harm's way.
It would not authorize a 6-hour one-way trip to come and testify, Judge.
Yeah.
I will remind Your Honor that this was, we had pled this. He actually pled true to the accusation that we're talking about. The agreement was 5 years. Your Honor rejected that agreement and set it for a hearing. At that time, I had already spoken with the witness on multiple occasions in preparation. And as I said, he was cooperating, and he was cooperative up until his supervisor told him he couldn't come. I'm not putting his job in jeopardy. I'm just informing the court what's going on.
Well, but
Yes, sir.
they take an oath to uphold the laws of the state of Texas and the United States, and this is part of it. This is the way the laws work.
Judge,
But they decided what laws they want to follow. That just is shocking.
Frankly, we've had this trouble out of Houston area places as well, and that's a lot closer.
What's Kendall County? What's this?
Boerne, Texas.
Boerne.
He still will have to face these charges there, Judge. They're still pending to my last verification.
So, without just normal, decent, customary assistance from a fellow executive branch of government here in the in this state of Texas, we have turned 2 serious offenses in a motion to revoke probation into, well, really, I guess you've got number 1, the urine sample.
Yes, sir.
And number
I can proceed on 4
and 5.
Yes, sir.
Which are, serious, but not as serious as an attempt to take a weapon from an officer or resist arrest. And the defendant, my God, is on probation for assault of a public servant. And I would think an allegation of trying to take a weapon from an officer and resisting arrest are pretty much in the same general subject matter, which would be highly probative of the circumstances around this offense. I'm shocked, but I didn't think that Texas had gotten into that point where they were not going to help another law enforcement agency in this state on a second-degree felony when it involves assault on a peace officer both times. I can't imagine. So much for the old saying of they're in it together. That's a terrible thing. And this is not like coming from another hemisphere or another state. My goodness. Boerne's about 3.5 hours away, and they don't want to do it. That's terrible. That's terrible. So folks who are charged with this behavior get free passes, is what happens on that. I can't believe that in 2023 we have digressed rather than progressed in this. That's terrible. I've never heard of. I can understand if it was from another country, but not another county. All right. Then in 234081, the state of Texas versus Cesar Marin-Serrano, you're Mr. Serrano. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? So lower your hand. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
In summary, this alleges that on August 12th, 2021, you were placed on 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation in this court for assault on a public servant, a second-degree felony. Is that true? No. Allegation 1 states you provided a urine sample on or about August 17th, 2023, which showed the presence of cocaine in your system in violation of your probation order condition 10. Is that true or untrue? Sir.
Sir. Right.
Number 4 alleges that you failed to immediately report to your probation officer your arrest in Kendall County, Texas, in violation of condition 9 of your probation order, which requires you to promptly report. It says immediately report to your probation officer any arrest. Did you fail to do that? And is that true?
Yeah, no report, yes, no report because I've been in the hospital, so.
Well, did you ever report it at all? Did you ever report it to your probation office after you got out of the hospital? No.
No.
I mean, you could have reported it sometime, right?
Yes.
But you never did.
I tried calling 2 times.
You called 2 times.
Two
Who?
times for the probation officer.
Well, what did they say?
No answer, so they didn't call me back.
Oh, they've never. I only call them 3 or 4 times a day and they've never failed to answer. And I just call the front desk.
No, yeah.
I do it every day. I've never had that problem. Well, okay, you called a couple. Why didn't you call a 3rd time or a 4th time or a 5th time? Because they're at their office all day.
Yeah, because they didn't call me back when
They were having to call you back?
Yeah, him called me back.
You had to call them, sir.
No, him called me back. When I called it 2 times,
He's referring to the supervising officer in Kendall
In
County,
Kendall County.
mhm.
courtesy supervision. So he was referring to that officer.
Judge, could I ask him a few questions?
Hold on, number 5. Let's go to number 5. Yep. You failed to provide verification of performing community service hours. And let's see. It says you have failed to perform the community service hours. You were required to perform 800 service hours. And that was from the outset of your probation on August 12th of 2021, which would have been 2 years and 3 or 4 months, 26, 27 months. And according to the first amended administrative hearing sent to this court in a memo from Ms. Martinez here, it states that you have performed 0 hours of community service. Is that true or untrue?
That's true. Yes, sir. Yes,
Are you pleading true then to allegations 1, the urine sample in August 17th of 23 that tested positive for cocaine, and true to number 5, failing to perform community service hours as required? Are you pleading true voluntarily and because those are true as they are alleged?
no, I'll do it wrong, sir.
Are you admitting that
Sorry.
that you failed to do those?
Yes, sir.
Or, okay, or do you understand that 1 or more violations of your probation are enough? If I find by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, greater weight of the credible evidence. If those are true, that is enough for the court's discretion, in the court's discretion, to grant the motion to revoke probation. Your probation can now be revoked. And you're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement, right? This is a 2nd-degree felony. Correct, everybody? Anybody? It says 2nd degree on the judgment or order. So, knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
What is it? What is it?
Yes? You have to speak. And that means you're going to place it in my hands.
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
One is, real one is same probation, sir.
I know what you want to say, but it's my decision. Do you
I know,
understand?
sir, but
Okay, you're going to get a chance to be heard here in a minute to tell me what you want. But do you understand? I can
yes,
find you guilty and sentence you no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confined.
yes, sir.
All right. Do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Grove. Mr. Grove is a very fine man and he's going to do a good job for you. Go ahead, David.
Sir, let me ask you a couple of questions. As I understand it, checking the dates here on count 1 was on August the 17th, 2023. That would have been this summer, wouldn't it? It would have been this last summer. Right?
Oh,
Talking to you.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's talking to you.
Okay, I apologize. That was not very fair on my part. Now, what happened on this number 1 was you were taken to the hospital in Boerne, Texas, a few days before August the 17th of this year and put in a hospital. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were then taken from a medical hospital in Boerne, Texas to a mental hospital in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then after several days, and I'm not sure how many days, but I believe it was 4 or 5 days, you were released from the mental hospital in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then your family brought you back to Port Arthur, Texas, where you appeared before the probation department on August the 17th of this year. In other words, right after you got out of the hospital in San Antonio, you went to Port Arthur, Texas. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you appeared, and that is where you had the positive drug test for cocaine. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know where that cocaine came from?
I don't know. I did. Yes, sir.
Okay. At the time when you were in the hospital in San Antonio, they were giving you a number of medications, weren't they?
Yeah.
All right. Now, they currently you were taking, or about that same time, you were taking flaxidine,
Yes, sir.
a B-Pro pill.
Okay.
You also had a respirator
Yes, sir.
and a clonazepam. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were taking all those pills plus any other prescriptions they gave you in the hospital.
Yeah, taking all these pills.
And you don't know all the things that you were taking while you're in the hospital, but you at least know you're taking that many pills on a daily basis, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you also have not, on count 5, you have admitted to the judge that you have not done any community service hours while you've been on probation. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Why haven't you done any community service hours?
Oh, because never tell me I gotta do it. So
Okay. They never told you had to do it.
yes, sir.
Okay. During the time when you were on probation from 2021 until until today, have you made the payments you were supposed to make that you were ordered by Judge Stevens?
Every month.
Did you miss any payments while you were out in the free world?
No.
Okay. While you were in jail, you could not make any payments
Yeah,
because you weren't
yeah.
earning any money. All right. Did you not report to the probation department on any occasions?
No, sir.
Okay. What would you like for Judge Stevens to do with your probation for the rest of your probation?
Oh, just wanna give me 5 more years probation and do my payments and put my colors. And I love my family. And I'm so sorry, when I do it.
All right, you'd like the judge to leave you on probation,
Yes, sir.
give you 5 more years probation, is what you said. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But keep you on probation where you could be in the community.
Yes, sir.
And you also said that if the judge wanted you to do some penitentiary time or jail time, you wanted to do that on weekends if you could.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like the judge to know about what you would like him to do if he were to give you an option to stay on probation? You've talked about your family. You want to be with your family, so you can be with your family. Anything else? Tell the judge.
Anything else? So I'll never fight again when the police. Never. I go straight to the church there, and I don't come back here.
I'll pass the witness.
Don't have any questions of this witness, Judge.
I'll get this straight. You were, placed on probation for assaulting a public servant, second degree felony. We gave you a second chance. You have admitted to testing positive for cocaine in violation of your probation order and failing to provide verification of community service hours. But like I said, you're on probation for over 2 years and you haven't performed one community service hour. I'm not even going to consider the truly disappointing lack of effort from Kendall County to support their charges that they instituted that are part of this probation order. That was part of this motion to revoke probation that included 2 new crimes, 2 criminal offenses, which and not the least of which is taking a weapon from an officer. But all of this, sir, you've been. I'm looking at your criminal history here and it dates to 2019 with the assault. That's in that you were placed on probation for. So that's going back, what, about 4 years now? The event goes back over 4 years. And is this correct from what I'm reading here in these papers, that you are not even a citizen of the United States? You're not a citizen of the United States, are you? Well, we welcome all people who want to come to America, but we don't want you to make it worse and make a mess. You've been here since 2019. What have you done to try to get your citizenship and become and matriculate into America like my relatives did? For example, just 3 generations ago. But you're not even a citizen of the United States and you're making a mess everywhere.
Yes. I don't know what happened to me since.
You can make choices like I do.
No,
I'm sure you. America is a dream that you have to put work into. You have to follow the rules. You have to work together with everyone. You're not doing any of that. You're just working for yourself. you're being selfish, not selfless. We're supposed to be all in this together, but you want to work against the rules. But that's not what the dream of America is about. It's not supposed to be selfish. It's supposed to be working together so we all move forward together. Well, there is enough evidence here by preponderance of the evidence or greater to grant this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation by preponderance of the evidence or greater, as I find allegations 1 and 5 are proven true. Your deferred or unadjudicated probation is now revoked. Earlier in this case, you pleaded guilty to the second-degree felony of assault of a public servant voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. There was sufficient evidence from your plea of guilty and knowing and voluntary plea of guilty to support the allegations in the indictment to prove them beyond a reasonable doubt or greater. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this underlying second-degree felony. As your probation is revoked, you are hereby found guilty and sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years. You will be given credit for all time you have served in conjunction with this case. If you want to stay in America, I urge you to become part of America and follow the rules and respect others and live peaceably. That's my hope for you. You have not proven to do that. You've now you got this other mess in Kendall County where it's very serious. Again, you just don't seem to, you seem to abuse authority. And when you assault a public servant, you're spitting on that flag, because that's what they stand for. They wear the flag on their shoulder. It stands for the ideals that we all believe in. You're here for some good reason. You must want to be here, but you've got to be a part of it in the right way. You can't be a part of it by being a felon, a criminal. You've got to follow the rules and live peaceably, sir. That's my wish for you. And I wish you would start doing that and respecting the laws. That is all. Thank you.